Hey guys, what's poppin'? I'm Jacques Slade, and this is the Nike Moon Racer. If you followed Nike for the last year, really the last decade, you know that the brand has a really uncanny ability to blend the past and the present. In fact, I would venture to say that they're probably the best at it right now. Other brands do it, but Nike Sportswear just has this ability to tap into that nostalgia in a way that really gets people invested. Thus, we get shoes like this that are brand new, but still have an emotional connection to people both inside and outside of the community. With the Moon Racer in hand, my first thoughts are basically that the shoe is really light. When I first saw it online, I thought it would have had a bit more weight to it, but in reality, it's probably as light as the Vaporfly. Looking at the Vaporfly and then looking at the Moon Racer, you can see where a lot of the inspiration for this shoe came from. As I mentioned before, Nike has the ability to be able to really tie the present with the past, and that's exactly what's happening with this silhouette. Starting with the cushioning, we can see that they have a ton of React at the heel that trails into the forefoot. Getting a closer look at the shoe, we see the cement print on the majority of the React, but it appears that Nike actually painted the cushioning at the forefoot as well, and it's just in a different color. From just looking at it, it seems that the entire midsole is actually made of React from the heel all the way to the toe, although the heel is definitely fatter. I'm not exactly sure why they use the cement print, especially considering that it is a very Jordan-esque sort of things to do, but it does look good mixed with the gray at the forefoot. Looking at the actual outsole of the shoe, we see that they have a ton of rubber at the toe through the midfoot, but it switches to only like 2 stripes of rubber here at the heel. I haven't had a chance to really give these a lot of time, but my concern would be that the React around the rubber here, well, that it's gonna start deteriorating over time. Now looking at the upper, we see that this is the black colorway, and Nike combined a few different materials on the upper. There is a canvas, there is a tumbled leather, and then there is a nappy suede and Durabuck as well. Durabuck is essentially an artificial version of suede or leather, and you can see it at the toe of the shoe around the eyelet, here on the lateral side, and then right at the midfoot, and then they switched to a nappy suede at the heel. And speaking of the heel, it looks like Nike added this flap here at the back, and that's made out of leather as well, and I feel like it serves 2 purposes. First, it's that touch of nostalgia that I spoke of. The Moon Racer, this shoe, was actually inspired by the Nike Moon shoe, which were made back in the early 70s. They were worn by a guy named Bruce Mortensen in the 1972 Olympic trials. And they were basically custom made shoes at the time. The nylon on the upwards was imported from Japan. The Nike swoosh was actually sewn on with fishing wire. And then the outsole was cut, glued, and stitched by hand there. The shoe was designed by Nike co-founder Bill Bowerman and was handmade by Jeff Hollister. They are literally a piece of history. From what I understand, only a dozen or so of those sneakers were actually created, and 2 of those pairs have been sold in the last couple of years. The most recent pair actually sold for $11,000 on eBay back in December of 2016. I imagine that this is where Nike probably got their idea for using that shoe with their new technology, React. So though these shoes don't have that same exact outsole print, the original outsole was actually inspired by footprints left on the moon by astronauts. This also ties into the insoles that are in the shoes, which have a graphic of the moon along with the Nike swoosh. Though these shoes are definitely rooted in performance, this pair is not a running silhouette. It's a lifestyle play from Nike, and I don't recommend that you take these out for your morning runs or put these on a track. They're just not built for that sort of wear and tear and that sort of performance. Overall, I personally like the design. I'm a big fan of the Vaporfly, which is what I run in pretty consistently. And Nike taking the upper of the original 1972 Moon shoe and mixing it with today's technology makes for a very unique design. Nike even took the time to mimic the Nike swoosh on the side panels like the original Nike Moon shoe. It was very aggressive. If you look at it from the toe down perspective, it looks like they're almost like claws. Actually, it kind of reminds me of the Predator when he opens his mouth and those 2 little things kind of pop out of his jaws. I don't know. I know that's random, but it's just what I thought about when I saw it from the toe down perspective. Quality wise, I think the shoe is it's really well put together. I don't see these tearing up easily if you're just wearing them on the lifestyle side of things though. If you do walk heel first, or if you have a heavy heel strike, I can imagine that these will start to show a little wear and tear in that area. Also, this heel area, it's a little thin, so I could see you losing footing a little bit if you walk that way. Pricing wise, these are $160, which is a little more aggressive than I would want them to be. I see these priced more in the $130 to $140 range. Now, I understand that they have Nike React and it's new, and so that pushes the price up and they want to charge a premium, but I do think more people would have been open to copying these, and more people would have made these more popular if they were in that $120 to $130 range. Now, if you're looking to grab a pair of these, they are available now on Nike.com. They have a tan colorway in addition to this black colorway. I picked up the black because I thought it looked better with the way that I dressed, and it's something that I would wear more often. So anyway, with that being said, this is a quick review of the Nike Moon Racer 2018 2018, I guess you could call it. Again, this is the black colorway, and you can grab them right now at your local sneaker retailer or over on Nike.com. I am Jacques Slade. As always, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.